I don't know where anyone else has this problem, but tape measures around here just completely disappear all the time, to the point where the other year I bought a box of 24 and they've all disappeared. I bought 2, left one in the house for spare. I'm going to put one in my toolbox. Let's see how long it is before it disappears. Right, going to place it in the drawer. 1, 2, 3. Yep, still there. 4, 5, 6. Gone already. Someone said put some diesel on it, that'll soak it up, but Ian's got oil and grease remover. So I'll brush that in and wash it off. Right, we put that stuff on here and it's like coming up mint. Then we didn't put it there at first. It's black underneath. Pretty good stuff, that. About lifting it off now. Staying there, but I did look to work on the camera, then it felt like. You can see that stuff working, see how it's like lifted the oil and the oil's now floating on the water. Sun's not as bright today, but the sunflowers are kind of tipped flat, waiting for the sun to shine. Yeah, you can just see Rose just about. Me and Chris are just going to open this box with our Richard Weston pen knives from Roger Young. Ian thought that was hilarious. That's a good start. Cracked. From the bottom, piece of plastic. Oh, I'll glue that back on in case it whistles. Yeah, these roof bars have turned up, so these are little brackets that bolt on to there, and then that then screws onto that. It's even got longer screws, I think. No, they're not. It's new screws. No, they could be a bit longer. They all fasten on. Then you can take them on and off quite easily, and that'll be what I'll have the flashing lights on the top. Right, we shuttered that wall a few years ago. We're going to carry on shuttering it down here. Then we can do away with these temporary blocks, make this gap a bit wider for going down, and then we'll use the temporary blocks probably in the far end. Then we can do away with these bales of straw, because they're just kind of, they look untidy, plus they harbour rodents. This is this Merlot my dad drives the most. You can't see out the window, so I'm just going to wash it now. Rob's off to move a bit of muck with Andrew. We're midden up the road, I'm just still cleaning these windows. They're handy, these blocks. We cast them ourselves. We've got them Toblerone blocks out of 2 concrete panels, like with a mould release spray on or diesel, whichever's convenient. And then we've got 2 metal shutters for the end, and then we can make 2 at a time. We're not making it for a few years though, but we probably could do with some more, because they're handy for dividing grain up or chip or soil or anything really. Another expensive delivery here, I think. I'm unloading some chemical and Ian's unloading something else. Don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's an IBC of micronutrients. Actually, that's going to go on with this. Doing a good job there, Andrew. We need a pecker, don't we?
We've got one on the back, Nicky's one, little one.
Oh, is it? Is it there?
Yeah. Sure, didn't you?
You've nearly done it now, though, haven't you? I was scraping the shutter off now, getting it clean. It's actually just a concrete pan with holes drilled in. Should have been cleaned off last time, really. Little tip when you're standing these concrete panels up, if you look, the holes, the lifting eyes aren't in the middle, so you always roll them in the direction of the thickest concrete. You try and roll them in the other direction, they burst out. We welded some bits of scrap on here. It's actually bits off an Imant spading machine rear roller, just so the concrete's got something to grip to. So the concrete panels with the holes drilled in for the moulds, one was stacked on top of the other one. I cleaned them both off and never noticed the bottom one didn't have the holes in. So we swung it in place, ready to start ready to bolt it up, and then realised that there was no holes in it. So we then had to go and try and route around the yard to find it. We found it under a pile of sand, hence the sand on it, and then swapped them round. So we are good to go now. We just got to swing them into place, clamp it up. That's got some stuff on it to reinforce it, and then pour the concrete in, and away we go. Just going to clean these holes out. Remember we made that tap out of a bolt? Everyone was like, "Oh, I've never seen that done before." We'll just clean the holes now and then screw the lifting eyes in. We've done hundreds of sheds with these, and we just had a shackle that was rusting. It wasn't screwing all the way, and it slipped out and pulled the thread. The panels flipped over and got two big cracks in it now, there and there. Because we're only using a little bit of it, it probably will still work, but it's so annoying. Well, it's still holding its shape, so hopefully it's only that top little bit there that's cracked by the hole. Hopefully it'll still be all right. We'll probably put something against it as well. Right, 6 o'clock now. We've got the shuttering set up eventually after that breaking. One of the eyes being missing. Couldn't find them. Everything has completely gone wrong all day. It's all set up now, ready for tomorrow morning. Because if we start concreting now, there's an hour and a half in getting the concrete in, and then there's another half an hour to an hour of cleaning everything back down. So we've had enough. It's been a frustrating day, but basically we pour this full of concrete. Oh, this is another thing that slowed us down, because this wall's been damaged in the past. We've obviously had to like make a shutter so that when we concrete it, the concrete won't flow out here, and it'll also repair this at the same time. But it's getting something near right now. Rob's just moving the Merlot to go move some straw. When we were rearranging these bales the other day, we kind of like were bringing some round here, and they started to lean against the other stack. And there's a footpath along the side, and they don't look particularly safe now. So Rob's just restacking them. We just seem to have about 3 jobs going on at once here. We want to try and get that shed sorted, because it was getting a bit of a rodent haven. We want to try and get this done, but it was still a little bit mushy here. Well, it's now dried here, so we thought, well, we'll do that concrete and then we'll come back to this. But because they looked unsafe, we're just doing it now. In fact, I'll run round so you can see. Yeah, that's a lot better now, isn't it? Just by moving them 8, is it? Yeah, if you get them that are pushing them and just split them back down, that should be all right then. That's one of the hay caps not been put on properly. Yeah, that's better now. See the difference though with the hay caps? Someone's put that too high. It should be on an angle that way, about here. So it made it slack and it's come unclipped. That's better. We'll sort that out, but they're not too bad now. But these top 4, there was 4 up there, leaning right across. And obviously, that's a footpath as well. Not a bridle path. Although the British Horse Society are trying to get this and the other side turned into a bridle path. But tractors and horses don't mix. And might be alright here when it's on stone, but when it goes the other way, it goes through a muddy field and the horses will turn it up straight between a field of wheat. Plus, anywhere that horses go through, motorbikes and quads get through. And being urban fringe, we spend our life chasing them anyway. We don't want to encourage any more gaps. This is a good thing about having a 10 metre Merlot. You can reach what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bales in, and what, 11 or 10 high, and lift the top ones off. It's probably a little bit high there, but we're gonna should have gone. Oh, he's got it. Stab that bale up a bit higher than I thought. When we had a 7 metre Merlot, you had to sort of like stack vertical, and when you put the spikes in and try and pull back, They'd all try and fall over on top of you. Wasn't many names on the birthday bumper yesterday, and there's only 2 today, and I probably could have just read them out, but I thought I'd write them on. But when I went to rub it off, because I hadn't done it yesterday, they were hard to rub off, and the pen's running out, so it's hard to see. But we got Ben Morrison is 22, and Byron Lovesy is 60, so happy birthday to you two on there, and anyone else whose birthday it is today. Now, I'm going to end the video now, because I've got to go and edit, and then I've got to travel up to Carlisle tonight. No, yeah, a bit further on than that, because hopefully, well, they do mess things around, but BBC Breakfast are doing something tomorrow, because there's a report coming out about rural mental health, and obviously they know that we're doing the combine run in a few weeks' time. So they asked me, would I like to come up there and be on it? I think it might be on just before 7 tomorrow morning, so if you see me, that's where I'll be. So I'm going to edit, upload what you've just watched, and get up there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll get this finished. Rich is just tidying up now.